everybody here saw me at the camp a few months ago, like 4 or 5 months ago. And I had to get a ride to go to the lunchroom. People had to help me walk because I could hardly walk, and everybody asked me what was wrong. So everybody could see that I was in pain. I was kind of depressed, and I couldn't really be part of all the activities because sometimes I just had to go lay in bed, even missing dinners and stuff because I just went too much pain. So they all saw me before, and now literally I'm climbing ladders and painting floors and doing all my projecting that I love. So yeah, that's basically how they all saw me last.
Oh, thank you so much. I just have to make a comment. You look incredible. Since the last time I saw you, I can see that there's definitely been a big difference, and that makes me sleep really well at night. It's this little sticker we're talking about today. I found this technology literally 13 months ago, and when I first looked at the sticker, it was the same response as everybody else. Like, what is this thing gonna do? Like, it's a sticker. There's no chance that it could like do anything. It looks like a little pimple plaster. And what happened was a very good friend of mine, Chris Hutting, I saw the change in him very quickly. So I was like, cool, let me just grab a sleeve. I'm going on holiday. Let me see what it does. So I literally signed up to LifeWave, got a sleeve, and went to my mom. And at that stage, my mom had a crash cushion in between her two L4, L5 vertebrae. She's 77 years old, struggling to walk, can't make the bathroom in time, like really debilitating pain. And she looked at me as well. I was like, Mom, let's stick this little sticker on you and let's see what it does. And I'll never forget it. I stuck it on her right there where the pain was. We'll go into a bit more detail of exactly where you can place it, now you should use it. I left her 45 minutes later. She came back and her pain was gone. She was white in the face. She was like, what's in here? From having so much pain that she couldn't walk to being able to function properly. A light bulb went on within me. I'm an entrepreneur. I was like, I know a couple people this could help. And then I went to Ingi and exactly the same thing. I showed her this little sticker and she laughed at me. She was like, I've got trigeminal neuralgia. There's no way that this could help for that. She was actually quite snotty with me about it because she's had it for 45 years and we could only try. That's what I said to her. I was like, I don't know what it's going to do. Every person's body's different, but let's just see. And Ingi, I want you just to quickly, for a minute, just tell your story because you were one of the first people that actually ran into this with me, and quite incredible how her life's also transformed.
Totally. Hello, everybody. Excuse me, not fully made up because we really.
You can speak Afrikaans. You both can speak Afrikaans. We're all Afrikaans.
Okay.
Ingi is more English or German.
Oh, okay, that's fine then.
Then I get on to German. I lived in Germany for 20 years. So long story short, when I was 18 years old, I had a motor car accident and it was a bad one. And I damaged the first two vertebrae of my neck and they were knocked out of alignment. And I could have fixed it if I had have gone into traction for the next 2 years, which I couldn't do because I'd started a band and we'd recorded an album. And all of a sudden we had a worldwide hit within 3 months of doing that. And we had to go on tour. So off we went on tour, and that's when my pain started. I was 19 years old, and the trigeminal nerve sits in the middle of your skull, and it feeds all the nerves in your face. And when I would have an attack, it would start with toothache, and it would always happen once I'd been sleeping because then I'd move my neck without knowing how I was moving it, and I'd wake up starting to have an attack. And when that happened, I'd have toothache first in one tooth, and then all of a sudden the pain would be in every single tooth. I don't know if anybody's ever had toothache, but that at the same time as piercing pain in my eyes, they would swell and water. My nose and my sinuses would be blocked, yet my nose would run like a tap. And I was literally, I couldn't do anything. I would have to go and lie down. Pain pills didn't help. Nothing helped. Nobody knew what I had initially. And as I got older, in my 20s, it wasn't that bad. I'd have one attack a month. In my 30s, it started to have one every second week. In my 40s, it became weekly. In my 50s, it became almost daily. And by the time I hit my 60s, I was having 3 to 5 to 10 attacks a day. And then I started having rolling attacks. And you can ask Wilson, I had a full-on neck brace that I lived in. I literally couldn't take it off. And I had no life. I lost my house. I lost nearly everything. And I was at the end of my tether at the age of 65. And I thought, this is no kind of a life. And Wilson and I have worked on a couple of projects together. And he'd spent some time with me in 2023, 22. Hey, Wilson.
Yes, yes.
And often he would encourage me to work, and I'd sit at my desk with swollen eyes and swollen face and just feeling so ill, but I had to keep working. And he sent me a message and he said, I've got this little patch and I'd like you to try it. And I said to him, got to be joking. I'm really sick and tired of everybody coming to me with their latest quick fix. And people would stop me in the street and see me in this neck brace and say, do you know, you should try XYZ. And they didn't know what they were talking about. So when Wilson suggested putting a little round plaster on my neck, I thought the man has gone mad. It's not going to help. But humor him. He phoned me up. It was a Monday night. I'll never forget. I don't remember the date though, but he called me and he said, I'm going to be near your place. I want to come and bring you a patch. And he did. He walked in. We sat down at my kitchen table. I'd been having rolling attacks the whole day. On a scale of 1 to 10, my pain was at a 12. And he said to me, take off your neck brace. And I said, you're joking. He said, take it off. We need to put the sticker on the back of your neck. So I did. And I offered him a cool drink, walked to the fridge, poured 2 glasses of Coke, sat back down at the table, and my pain was gone. Literally, I've had for the last 45 years just disappeared. And I couldn't believe it. Needless to say, the very next day I ordered my first sleeve, started using them, and the rest is history. Now, at this point, I must say, not everybody has an immediate reaction.
Yes.
Some few days, some people a few weeks, a few months. It's different with everybody's body. And I think it happened very quickly for me because I was relatively fit physically and didn't really have anything else wrong with me other than this damage to my neck. And I went through 7 months on the patches. After the 2nd or 3rd month, I started using a couple of the support patches. And within my 7th month, I'll never forget, it was like watching the movie Apollo 13. I don't know if any of you have watched it, when the guys get into the rocket ship and they ignite the engines and these huge flames start burning and the whole rocket ship shakes. And then the thing lifts off and it shakes even more. That was part of my detox. And then all of a sudden you break out into the stratosphere and you're floating in cotton wool. And there was no more pain. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And it changed my life. I've got my life back. I was never out of my bed. I was never out of a neck brace. I didn't see anybody for 12 years. I was in my house doing my own thing. I work on the telephone like Yvette, and I didn't need to go anywhere. And eventually I became a total recluse and a hermit, spending birthdays on my own, and it was awful. And I couldn't.
Turn left on Drug Loop 4.
No, I didn't at that point. And when you wake up every single day in pain, what is it about? I would pray to drop into a hole. I prayed for Jesus to come and take me home. That's what I did. I would hold myself. I'd put my arms around myself and I would cry for Jesus to take me away. And it was awful. I have 22 animals. There were many times where I couldn't go and feed them. I couldn't look after them and nobody else here to go and help. And they would all come and pile onto my bed and be there with me, and sometimes get nervous because I would sometimes cry. And I actually get emotional thinking about it now, because I've now been, when was it? August, September, October, November, December, January. This is my 6th month of being absolutely pain-free. What a
Yeah, that for
wonderful.
me, this is a very good friend of mine. I've known her for years. And yeah, every time I hear that story, I can just say thank you to God. I can say thank you to the creator of these patches. It was divine intervention of him creating this technology. And I want us just to go a little bit deeper to what this is. I am limited for time, so I'm gonna get stuck right in there. The first thing I want to show you is just a short little video to exactly how the patches work. Can you guys see my screen there?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So if you can just bear with me, I'm just going to play like a 2-minute clip, and then I'm just going to explain to you exactly where this all started, how it works, what it costs. So here we go.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
So that very quickly explained how it works. What I love about this technology, and I just want to fast track a little bit through this presentation, if you can just bear with me. It's a sticker. There's no drug going into the body. Nothing's going through the liver or the kidney. It can't react towards any medication. The only thing that could happen is you could detox, and that happens to about 10% of people. And you literally stick the sticker on, it starts rejuvenating the stem cells in the body. And then that becomes a heat-seeking missile that just starts fixing things first inside the body, and then after a
End of the
period of
street.
time,
Turn left.
it will start fixing outside the body as well. And wrinkles will decrease and scars will start disappearing. So why the X39 stem cell activation patch? So the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. At age 30, half your stem cells are active, and at 60, you've lost a huge portion of your stem cell activity. So how it works is, all this is organic nanocrystals in this little sticker. It's literally just formulated to activate your copper peptide. You stick the sticker on you, and all it does is your body heat actually activates it, because your body emits infrared light. That sends a signal to the brain that stimulates the copper peptide in the blood, and then the stem cells start waking up on a daily basis. It's completely non-invasive. It's non-transdermal. The actual glue is made from 3M medical grade adhesive, and 1 in 10,000 people are allergic to that adhesive. If that's the case, you can actually stick it on the inside of your shirt. If that still irritates a person, you can stick it on the outside. It doesn't actually have to touch the skin. Just as long as it heats up, it's going to do its thing. So pretty much anyone can use it. So a couple of the main things that that it's doing: rapid pain relief in his case, almost instant. In my mom's case, almost instant. Sometimes it takes longer. It depends from person to person. But one of the things these stickers do really well is it attacks inflammation, and
Mm.
any serious issue within the body is a form of inflammation that started somewhere, and that has a negative effect over time. It helps with wound healing. If anybody's been in operations or even old injuries, it's going to assist with that. A stem cell can become any cell: a liver, a kidney cell, a heart cell, a brain cell, cartilage. I mean, it can literally renew us from the inside out. So a big thing for me was the mental clarity. I'm very healthy, and I'm literally functioning at a rate of 20 years ago. I've got more stamina. You see, it enhances sport performance, faster recovery from exercise. I'm very excited to tap into the sporting sector because I really think any serious sports person could benefit using this. And then the big one, advance, improve skin appearance. So I can personally tell you, my skin is tightening up, my wrinkles are disappearing, my hair starting to grow. I've been bald most of my life. I can see the gray in my beard starting to disappear. That's just the couple of things I personally can see. So very, very exciting. Just to quickly touch on how you wear the technology, this is very important. You don't stick a sticker on and leave it on for 24 hours. Doesn't work like that. It's 12 hours at a time. I personally put mine on early in the morning. I take it off before I go to bed. Um, and I'm not throwing away my stickers. We are taking our secondhand stickers and either putting it on a spouse or you put it on an animal. I'm going to show you guys what this has been doing to pets. It's quite remarkable. And it's rinse and repeat. Every day you wear one of these stickers. And it's a compounding effect. As the months go by, the effects are just exponential. So, one thing I would just say: drink plenty of water, stay hydrated, take in electrolytes if you can, or some form of salt. That makes a big difference. Um, and that's a big part of this. If you're feeling that the patches aren't working quick enough, up your water intake. Um, Moderate exercise will help with it. And then, of course, the electrolytes is a big thing. So, the long-term results with X39. So, in the first few days, 4,000 genes will begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced, decreased symptoms in PTSD, anxiety, and depression. On the depression note, I've seen that help people with depression in 5 days. I've seen it in 6 weeks. I've seen it in 3 months, and that's a really big thing. Anxiety as well. A lot of people are dealing with that currently, just with the couple years that we've had. And just to be able to help people with that for me is really big. So within 3 months, collagen is increased naturally in the body. Now, collagen, that always gets people excited. It is not just for your skin, it is for cartilage. It's a protein within the body that literally helps us stay younger. And the fact that we can increase that naturally is just amazing. You start seeing decreases in wrinkles, hair growth increases. It actually increases the structural integrity of both your skeletal and muscular systems. And I'm sure we could all need a bit of that. So within 6 months is where the magic starts happening. We actually start seeing the heart reverse in age, and that's something I want to touch on just briefly. I shared this with a friend of mine in Australia, and he was like, "What's this going to do for heart conditions?" And I said to him, "Well, I don't know. This was a year ago." And in December, one of the people in our team showed us her results with a heart condition. Now, his words were, "This cannot heal a heart. It's impossible. A heart muscle is the only thing that doesn't rest. It doesn't stop beating ever. So I can't imagine this would ever work for a heart." And literally August last year, we saw a lady over months. We can see her heart functioning at a younger state. So it did take 6 months, but we could literally see the data on scans of how the heart's getting younger over time. And that's a really big deal. They tested 14 out of 15 people, lowered the vascular age of 8 years being on the product for 6 months. And that's wearing a fresh one every day. So the creator of this technology says it's not anti-aging, it's age reversing. And once you guys dig a bit deeper and you start connecting with David, he is very intelligent, and his only intention is for us to live longer. And he's definitely done that with this technology. So just something that I always want to make clear, you need to use this for at least 90 days or a month for every decade you are. If you are dealing with any serious issues, it's going to be a long-term thing. But the minimum is 90 days for optimum results. Now, we've seen results within days, in seconds, in minutes. It depends from person to person. I can't tell you what it's going to do and how quickly it's going to do it. So you need to give it at least 3 months or a month for every decade that you're old. My mom, she is 77. She's going to wear this for the rest of her life. Me personally, that's the decision I've made as well. I can see what it's doing to people. I'll probably never stop wearing them. So the next website that I just wanted to show you, this is called the thisisit.info.com website. Please take a screenshot of it. Every bit of info that you're looking for is on here. The clinical trials, all the studies they've done. It's all really nicely put together. You'll see there's a little flag. We can drop ship this product to 87 locations in the world, and you can actually click on a different flag and it will translate it. So very good website to send to people if they would like some information. So this is David. You will see, I don't know if you guys can see, but he's actually 60 years old. He doesn't look a day over 40. And he made a comment. He said, X39 is my greatest achievement. Having a product that works this quickly and provides this many benefits seems like a miracle too good to be true. But it's simply applying the magic of stem cells in the human body. They actually did a test on him to see his vascular age, and his vascular age is 35. And if you see him, you wouldn't believe that he's 60. His hair color is normal. His skin look great. And he just doesn't want an age. That's how he stumbled on X39. So this is very impressive. When I looked at this the first time, this is a topography map. So 77-year-old lady, she put X39 in the back of her neck, and then they monitored what was going on over weeks. Now, if you look at that first session there, you will see the cell is very unhappy. It's inflammation. It's busy separating from the other one. That's after the first session. 3 weeks later, you can see the inflammation has been almost completely reduced. There's just this little bit of inflammation on the inside of the cell. And then 6 weeks later, you can actually see the cell as a rejoined and there is no inflammation. Now that's within the brain. So if we can do that on a cellular level, can you now imagine the effect that's going to have within the body? You're going to think better, you're going to sleep better, you're going to heal quicker. And I always thought that's very, very impressive. So I touched briefly on inflammation and how it attacks it. So here's more scans that were done. On the left-hand side, you can see that person, lots of inflammation in the back and the neck, and over time, it's just disappearing. The slide on the right-hand side is really impressive. This was over 30 minutes. So lady, you can definitely see she's got arthritis-related issues in her hands. She stuck the X39 on, and within 30 minutes, you can see the actual scan, the inflammation's going away. Now, can you imagine using that on a daily basis over time and the positive effects that's going to have in the body? Because if we can reduce the inflammation, we can reduce the symptoms of many of the serious issues. So animals don't lie. Like a person can tell you it's a placebo effect, the animal can't tell you that. This is a horse. You can see the pictures of him not happy on the first picture, and a huge difference. This is on one of our products called Aeon. It attacks inflammation. The X39 does a very similar thing, and this was over an 8-month period. But you can see the drastic change within the animal on these scans. So on the beauty side of it, it's also remarkable what it will do over time. And I just quickly wanted to show you guys this lady on the left-hand side. She was on the patches for a year. And it's always amazing when I look at her. You can see the bags under her eyes have gone. Her lines around her mouth has disappeared. The color of her eyes are sharper. And that's over a year. The lady in the middle was in 45 days. You can see some of the lines on her face starting to disappear. The one on the far right is quite incredible. You can literally see the life coming back into her eyes. Her original color of her eyes are back. And then look at her neck. It's literally tightened up her neck, literally seeing her getting younger over a space of a year. Bottom right corner, that was over 9 weeks. Again, not everybody's going to have a 9-week response on their face straightening out. It's going to depend what's wrong within the body. And then the lady at the bottom was over 5 months. And every time I look at these photos, what excites me about this is if that's what they're looking at on the outside, imagine what's going on inside the body. That means the heart's looking better, the liver, the kidneys, all the serious organs, the brain. So these changes happen after it's fixed everything inside the body first. So just a couple more pictures. This gentleman's got vitiligo. That was after 3 months, really debilitating skin pigmentation issue. And over 3 months, that's just sort of disappeared. And it's slowly but surely going away. I can't wait to see his next update. So Bell's palsy, that was also within 3 months. Psoriasis, that was in 10 days, completely disappeared. In some cases, we see it disappear in 3 months. But again, whether it's 10 days or 3 months, if it's gone, it's worth a try. That was a person that got hurt and they did an operation, and that was wound healing within 12 days. Because we rejuvenating the stem cells, it's just going to help with rapid healing. So just a couple more photos. This lady hurt her cheek, and 21 days, she's looking a lot better. The fellow on the right-hand side had a snowboarding accident. Within 5 days, the mother patched him. He wanted to go to an interview, just rapid wound healing. The guy at the bottom, a little bit of a gory picture. Within 7 days, you can see he's wearing multiple patches. You can stick more than one of them on. He almost looks better than before he was in an accident. And then this was a kid that cut his finger off, and the doctor actually wanted to not sew it back on. And then within 21 days, it looked like normal. So we're also seeing amazing results with hair growth. In men, that's a really big thing. And I can't wait to have a full set of hair. It's getting there. There's already a big improvement. I mean, it's not completely covered, but it's amazing to see guys getting such good results. So also athletes on patches. In 2004, they actually used the Energy Enhancer sticker, which was our first product. And they did so well that they actually lost their gold medals, and they had to prove that there was no drugs in the patches, and they did that. You'll see Serena Williams also wearing it, David Beckham. And then Salvadori is wearing this X39 on his forehead for concentration. He's a superbike champion. They drive 300 k's an hour on a motorbike, and he says it helps him a lot for his actual concentration when he's riding. So there are supportive products. We start with X39. That's the stem cell rejuvenation patch. That for me is not negotiable. There are many other products that you can use as well, from sports related to carnosine that helps with brain function and memory loss. There's a glutathione patch that helps with antioxidants in the body. And it's a very strong immune booster. SP6 helped with weight loss. The X39 combined with 49 together also helps with that. But for me, you just take X39, that's going to make magic, and we start with that. Don't worry too much of all the others. If you want to look at them, we can have a session and I can go into a bit more detail. We can also send you guys some info. The big thing I wanted just to touch on was the testimonial group that I shared with Yvette earlier. This was incredible, guys. It was 10 of us that started this a year ago, and we now have over 500 testimonials in our group. And if you go onto this Telegram group, there's different categories. There's over 110 different categories from all the serious things you can imagine. I mean, there's things on here that I can't even pronounce properly. And just some of them that's been remarkable: the fibromyalgia, trigeminal neuralgia, positive results for cancer, seeing kidneys working better, one of our people, stage 4 lung cancer, used X39 for 6 weeks. They went back to the doctor and the doctor asked him, what you doing? Your lungs going pink again. So literally seeing miracles happen. But again, I can't tell you how quickly it's going to happen, and it could take time. So this is not something you can just do for a month and expect amazing results. So what does it cost? I just quickly want to touch on that. I see we are running out of time there. So it's 30 patches in a sleeve. It's 1 month's supply. Like I said, you and your spouse can use it together. My mom and my stepfather is using a sleeve together. The retail price for X39, X49 is $149.95. All the others are $79.95 plus your country tax and delivery. But why would you want to pay retail price? You sign up as a brand partner, you immediately get them at cost. And then the X39, X49 goes to $99.95. And all the others vary between $49.95 and $69.95. And how that works is if you order one of any of the other products, it's $69.95. If you order 2 of any of the other products, it's $59.95. And if you order 3 of them, they drop down to $49.95. And that's the prices of them. So there's different bundles where you can get in. And the more you buy, the cheaper it gets, just like with any product. So there's a bronze package, 1 sleeve for $124.95. There's a silver package, which is 3 sleeves of X39, or you can swap them for 2 of any of the other products. That's actually the cheapest way to get in because they're not charging you a $25 registration fee. Our favorite kit's the gold kit. That's 5.5 sleeves of X39. Now, they don't chop one of the sleeves in half. They give us 5 sleeves of X39 and a free sleeve of any of the other products to try. And then platinum is $1,000. You get 2 sleeves of X39 for 3. And then diamond, it's $1,600 and you get 3 sleeves for free. Then it works out to about $84 a sleeve. So that's the cheapest that you could get them for. And you can come in at any of these bundles. You can also decide to upgrade. Let's say you came in at a silver and you decide you want to upgrade to a gold. You can do that, just pay the difference in stock. And you get the difference in stock and you just pay the difference. So from silver to gold, it would be $200 and you get 2.5 sleeves. So why I like this company, just to begin with, 19 years old. It didn't start yesterday. They had turnover before COVID, before the launch of X39 of like $28 million a year. In that time, when they launched X39, they 10x'd it. It shows you that the product works. Last year, they did 420 million turnover for the year, and it's 180 patents. This is not a meat product. There's not really competition. There's nothing in the market that can do what this does in a non-invasive way. And that's pretty much it. I went through all the most important things, and we've got a great support system. We do weekly Zoom calls. We also have an American team that's very busy, that's doing calls almost every day. We do training with our community, and the goal is just to get the word out there. We're seeing miracles happening here on a daily basis, and it's my obligation to share this with people. It's why at 12:30 at night, I'm still sitting here chatting to people about this. This could potentially save someone's life. So, yeah, that's pretty much it from me, guys. I very quickly ran through this. So yeah, if somebody, Richard Branson, in closing, I love this statement. If somebody offers you amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, just say yes and learn it later. And regarding our support structure, all the info that you're looking for, we got it. It's just a matter of getting plugged in.
Can I quickly ask a question?
Yes.
So my daughter is pregnant now. So
Yeah.
is it possible for her to also use it?
So I wouldn't recommend it. I'll wait till after the pregnancy. I can't imagine that anything's gonna go wrong, but they haven't done testing for it. So I wouldn't say use
Okay.
it. And then the only time
Okay.
that I wouldn't use it is for pregnant ladies, and if you've had a kidney organ transplant. Other
Okay.
than that, you can pretty much use it at any time. What we've also seen in cancer patients is they're not using it while they're on radiation or chemo, they're doing it in the resting period. So, but we've seen great results in children, on animals. I mean, you can stick this thing on anything that's got a heartbeat and it's going to make magic. So don't throw your patches away when you do use them. We are using them again on pets and spouses.
Okay.
Anybody else have questions?
I see that we are running out of time. Yeah, sorry, I don't really use Zoom. I do this on Telegram. What we can do is if there's any questions that we can't handle, Yvette can just relay it to us in the group, and we can just put everybody in a WhatsApp group, and we can just make sure all the questions are answered.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
some time.
Thank you.
And yeah, let
Thank
me
you.
know where we can help you. Excited to have you part of this journey.
I hope you're taking a video.
Jy het nou iets begin. Chickies, is so 'n boude naam, hè? Ja.